You're about to learn something about 63-year-old Clint Black that will change the way you think about fame, family, and how much it costs to stay true to your music. Most people think he's gone, that the kid whose song Killin' Time made a big splash in 1989 just went away when country music changed. The truth is that he never left. He just did things that no other star would have dared. A song from February 1962 in Long Branch, New Jersey. A child is born who will change country music forever. But, music, here's the part that no one expects. Clint Black wasn't born in Texas. His family moved back to Texas before he turned 1, so he doesn't even remember New Jersey. Katy, a neighborhood of Houston where oil fields meet the sky. In that place, his story really starts. The youngest of 4 boys. Dad was a building worker who ran cranes. Mom kept the house together. He only had a house full of something more valuable than money. Nothing fancy or given to him. Music. He learned himself harmonica by the time he was 13. He wrote his first song when he was 14. That's when his dad first saw something. His dad told him he has a great voice. Music, not to Clint, to someone else. Folks used to live their lives that way. You didn't get direct praise for your songs. If you were lucky, you heard it. At age 15, he became obsessed with the guitar. That's what I mean. The kind you can take anywhere. All over, school, garden, bathroom, and more. 4 Black brothers got together to make a band, and on Saturday afternoons, they had famous barbecues in their backyards. Music, they said it was Country Sunday. The Black brothers played covers of Willie Nelson and Merle Haggard songs while hamburgers burned on the grill every Saturday, with up to 70 neighbors showing up with lawn chairs spread out on the grass and beer in coolers. Kids would be running around. Clint came in second place at a talent show in high school. A high school talent show win in Katy, Texas got some attention, but it doesn't pay the bills. Clint quits high school to play full-time in his brother's band. He gets his diploma in 1980. But going to college was never the plan. It was a good plan. You don't know much about the music business if you think it's easy to go from not finishing high school to becoming a celebrity. 6 years. Take that in. Clint Black had 6 hard years from 1983 to 1988. During the day, he worked in construction, cut bait for fishing boats, and led tourists along the Texas Gulf Coast. At night, he played in smoky Houston nightclubs where drunk people talked through every song, and in bars where the owner paid you in beer and maybe $50 if you were lucky. He says that during those years, he was extremely short, a loner, and not popular with girls. A kid with a guitar case who went through life not caring about his hopes and played Merle Haggard songs for people who just wanted some background noise while they talked. But this is what makes dreamers different from tales. Clint, the music never stopped. Not when no one showed up. Not after the cash ran out. He wasn't going to get a real job when everyone told him to. Things change. Clint runs into Hayden Nicholas, a musician, at a show. They click right away. A 20-minute song is all it takes for them to write their first song together. 20 minutes. You know right away when you found your artistic soulmate in music. Clint makes a demo and gives it to Sammy Alfano, a record promoter, with last-ditch orders. Do something. His next meeting is with Bill Ham, the boss of Z-Top, 2 days later. Ham sees stars before anyone else. Ham feels something for this too short and awkward kid from Katy. He puts $1 million of his own money into the business. He has his own money, not a label's. That's how much he thought. Wednesday, May 27, 1988. Clint Black signs with RCA Records. He's 26 years old. Going after drunk people in smoky bars for 6 years is about to pay off in a way that no one, not even Clint, could have imagined. But here is something that you don't hear about overnight success. It doesn't happen overnight. For 6 years, you'll wake up every morning thinking if your life is worth living. People will look at you with pity for 6 years if you say you want to be a country music star. 6 years of doubt that keeps coming back to you at night, and then one day everything changes. If this story makes you feel something, click the button that says subscribe. because after that what? This level of success only happens once every generation. May 2, 1989. What Clint Black was about to do wasn't ready for the music business. That's when Kill in Time came out. A first record by a kid from Houston who no one knows. There is no hype machine or big advertising effort, there are only 10 songs. Music, and Clint wrote or co-wrote all of them. That last part is what made everyone tense. Record execs wanted him to use professional songwriters from Nashville who had written hits before and knew what worked, but Clint refused. He said, "I didn't want to be looking for songs all the time. I wanted to be able to go on my own." A Better Man was the first song. Radio stations added it with care. Then something that no one saw coming happened. The song took off like a rocket and shot to the top of the charts. It became the #1 song on July 8, 1989. Since Freddie Fender in 1975, this is the first male artist's first #1 song in 14 years. Take that in. The last 14 years have seen male artists try and fail, but this unknown kid from Katy just did it. But that was only the start. Music, the main track, Killing Time. #1, No One Is Home. The first one is Walking Away. #1, 5 straight top 5 songs, and 4 #1 hits from a debut record by a guy that no one had heard of 6 months before. It stayed at #1 for 31 weeks. 31 sold 3 million copies of the music and became triple platinum. It's still the record. The top 2 songs on Billboard's year-end country chart were A Better Man and Killing Time. The last time that happened was with Hank Williams, Sr., 35 years ago, in 1954. Clint Black had more than just a good first book. He changed the idea of what a start could be. The CMA Awards were held on October 9, 1989. Clint wins the Horizon Award for being the best newbie. Standing there on stage with that prize in his hands, he can hardly believe it's real. He was cutting bait 9 months ago. People are now calling him the next big thing in country music. The ACM Awards. Clint takes first place in 4 groups. Top New Male Singer, Top Male Singer, Album of the Year, Song of the Year, and New Male Singer. 4 awards in one night. Power that hasn't been seen much before or since. He is one of the 50 most beautiful people in the world, according to People magazine. He is inducted into the Grand Ole Opry the same year, 1991, and he is still a member 34 years later. He gets a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 1996. The 4th country music star to ever be given that honor. After Roy Rogers, Gene Autry, and Gar Brooks. What the media loved more than praising success, though, was making people compete with each other. G. Brooks came out in the same year, 1989. They called it the Class of '89. Clint Black, Garth Brooks, Alan Jackson, Travis Tritt, and Mary Chapin Carpenter. These artists would make 44 platinum albums and 58 #1 hits between them. It was because of them that country music became a big business. The press made up a fight between Clint and G. In 1990, the Los Angeles Times polled people in the music business and found that Brooks and Clint had the best predictions for future sales. Music critics wrote a huge number of pieces comparing them. Who was better? Who could last longer? Who would sell more? G sold more in the end. 170 million songs. Numbers from the past. But this is what the comparison didn't show. They were 2 different people who wanted to do different things. G made a huge country. As a singer-songwriter, Clint made a name for himself in a field where that was becoming less common. The people who work for record companies kept pushing Clint. Take notes on other people's songs. It will help you sell more records. They wanted him to write songs in Nashville and share the money with music producers on Music Row. They wanted him to play the same game as everyone else. It became famous what he said. If the doctor told me there was a pill that would make me live 10 years longer, I would not take it because it would mean I could not eat. One of the best things about life is food, so I take a chance on the food. I wouldn't record other people's songs even if you told me it would help me sell 10 million more CDs. That's not why I'm here. That is more than just honesty. The person in question knew more than just sales numbers. Don't sell your soul. Music, not for 10 million CDs or anything else. Clint was heartbroken when a record company official finally told him they only wanted him to split the money with Nashville publishing companies. It hurt my feelings. If he had told me that he no longer thought my songs were that good, I would have felt better. It was about giving the people on Music Row some of the money I made from my song. I believed that was the worst reason to do anything. But there was a cost to refusing to give in. That cost Clint his job for the rest of his life. Houston on New Year's Eve 1990, with music. Clint Black is having his first big show at home. The kid who ran away to follow an impossible dream is back as a winning hero. He's sick, though. Cold symptoms, fever, scratchy voice, and chaos behind the scenes. 100 people are ready to meet him. People who work for record labels, radio hosts, family members who play music, and friends he hasn't seen in years. His fans want a piece of him. Then someone sets him up with a beautiful actress. Clint doesn't know who she is. He has been on cruise ships and in music studios. He hasn't watched much TV. He doesn't know that she was in Going to Knots Landing for 4 years. Doesn't know that she played the popular rock singer T.G. Dunn. When the character was killed off, there was so much backlash that the show had to hire her again as a different character. Doesn't know that she has 4 solo albums and a successful job in Hollywood. He only sees blue eyes. Like in movies, it was moving very slowly. Lisa Hartman thought back. Clint can remember. I didn't know who she was, but as soon as I saw her with those beautiful blue eyes, I knew I had to see her again. That was it. Just a moment. Music, one welcome lost in the chaos backstage. They both knew it in some way. After 10 days, the Nashville Grand Old Anniversary music recording began. At the same time, Clint is becoming a member, which fulfills a childhood dream. She's back again. Lisa Hartman writes down Lisa's phone number. Lisa Hartman is a matchmaker for CBS. But there is one catch. You have to promise me that you'll call her before I give it to you. Clint calls right away. During a taping of The Tonight Show in Los Angeles, they go on their first real date, which backs up what they both felt backstage in Houston. There is something very strange going on. In August 1991, Clint goes to see Lisa on a movie set. They are off for 4 days, the same 4 days. Someone was looking from above and telling them, "You all need to be together," Lisa said. She goes on tour with him for the last 2 months. October 20, 1991, only 10 months after they first met. Clint Black and Lisa Hartman get married on his 180-acre music farm in Katy, Texas. This is the town where he dreamed of impossible things as a child. Both of them were not sure about getting married. Lisa said, "Music, the idea of being with one person my whole life didn't make sense to me." She had seen Hollywood marriages fall apart, read the numbers, and knew the chances, but Clint knew something more. "I had a gut feeling that I could trust her with my life and my heart." Country music star Roy Rogers was at the wedding and gave them one piece of advice that would change their lives for the next 30 years. Music, don't get mad before bed. 33 years later, they say that advice is what kept their marriage strong in a field where marriages often end. We all know that fires don't stay lit on their own. Clint told us that we need to fan them. Because love and desire are things you have to take care of, they will grow. The words they share about each other show how their relationship has grown stronger over time. Clint with Lisa. When we got married, I was able to feel more deeply. What guides me is our marriage and who we are, music, together. He says she saved him from being alone all the time. I would have shut myself off more, but she wouldn't let me. Lisa has taught me a lot about how to be comfortable in my own skin. On how they look. Now that I know what she's like on the inside, she's even more beautiful. She loves and cares for me more than I could ever do. Thus, music has raised me to love more deeply and more effectively. Lisa's point of view is just as strong. The strong feeling I get from taking care of him is powerful. That was something I'd never felt before. They record a song together. Clint wrote When I Said I Do about their wedding. He had meant to sing it by himself at first, but something clicked when he played it for Lisa. Music, I'll sing this by myself if you don't join me. He told her, we'll always wish you were there for her. Lisa gave up her singing career to be a better wife and support Clint's dreams. Lisa felt better about herself after hearing the tape and figuring out that the female voice was probably Trisha Yearwood or Martina McBride. The song went to number 1 on the country charts, number 31 on the Billboard Hot 100, and was named one of the ACM Vocal Events of the Year. It also became a wedding classic that people still ask for decades later. However, the marriage itself was the big hit. Clint and Lisa built something that would stand the test of time in a field where partnerships last months instead of decades. March 1992. Clint Black makes a choice at the height of his fame that costs him millions of dollars and almost ends his career. As his manager, Bill Ham believed in him and put $1 million of his own money into music. He now sues Ham. There is a lot at stake. The publishing rights to all the songs Clint wrote or helped write for his first 8 records were locked up with Ham. 20 to 30 cents for every record that is sold. And since Clint wrote everything, this means he lost a huge amount of money. It's $1 million.